Welcome back to Satisfactory. So, in between last episode and this, I started doing a little bit of color optimization. So now we have pretty green and blue machines. We got a pink space elevator. Yeah, I made a little bit of color to our otherwise drab orange color palette. But today, we're going to start work on the Mega Factory. Going to expand out the foundation a bit. We will, as you can see on the side there, I got a few things from the MAM also ready to go. Drop it. But while I let everything run for just a little bit, we'll get the MAM taken care of. And then I'll turn off the machines, let them run out. That way some more supplies can build up. And then we can work on building the Mega Factory. I did, however, also get a few more blueprints made up, so it'll make it a little bit quicker for us. So let's hop right into it. What was these things in? I don't remember. Well, I know quartz is done. Okay, for what we can get. Power slug I can't do nothing with. Why? Why is it I grab some stuff and forget what it was for? Okay, let's get the zip line made. I found it! Yay!
Zipline unlocked. When equipped, the zipline facilitates travel along power lines, regardless of whether the line is powered. Note: based on previous Pioneer events, Fixit recommends not using zip lines during thunderstorms and typhoons, or while drinking coffee.
Why not drinking coffee? Well, could be fun to figure out.
New Caterium research options available. Congratulations on finding this metal. Many Fixit initiatives will benefit from Caterium's applicability in advanced engineering. Also, it is probably not sentient, and so unlikely to feel pain as we exploit it.
Oh, the smart splitter. My little baby, I cannot wait. It's gonna be hard to wait for the smart splitter. Or the homing rifle ammo. That's also fun. Oh, stun rebar. Yes. Oh.
Stun rebar ammo unlocked. This applies a moderate electric charge to the target, capable of stunning small creatures and moderately delaying larger ones. This is quite, atomically, exciting. That was a physics joke.
It was a physics joke. And now we can walk into the stinky stuff without getting hurt. With this.
Research completed. Gas mask and filter unlocked. Mycelia fabric is highly absorbent, making it more effective at toxic gas filtration than the standard issue Pioneer helmet. A pleasant pine scent is included. Gas filters require regular replacement for optimal safety.
I like pine scent. It smells good. Alright, let's close that off. Close that off. Let me go. I just want to run and play and frolic. Wee. Not that this is going to make much of a difference, but hey. That should be good enough for... Wee. Just a little bit of dinging. Alright, now that we have those shut off, the main three, I believe I shut this one off. I don't know. Let me check. No, I didn't. Now I've got the main crew shut off. I'm losing my mind. Okay, I've lost it a long time ago. Whatever. Don't make fun of me. So, the way I plan to do this is this first layer, I'm going to build it up. I want to go tall. Make it a big tower. This first layer is going to be all of the basic production. So the plates, screws and rods, the cable and wire, and sheets, concrete, all of just basically what's sitting over here. I'm going to go up a notch and bring in all of these guys. The more advanced things, as well as, well, no, basic steel can go on the first level too. But down here on the ground level will remain the production for the space elevator, including a storage for all of it. So that'll help us out just a smidge when it comes to running the belt work for it. And I believe as well on the first level is going to be the mass storage system, most likely congregating in this corner. The very top level, whatever ends up being the very, very tip top, is going to hold these little pretty babies. That way the pod can take off and not run into my floor. The floor of the next level, or the roof of whatever level I'm on. However I decide to do it, either way, these are going to be all on the top level. So that will also come in handy. So, I'd say without further ado, this guy seems to be done. And I'm also going to be upgrading these to Mark II miners. So that way we have a little bit of extra fun come through. Because we need as much as possible. And yeah, Mark IIs aren't all that impressive right now, since we're only on normal nodes, but they get really impressive on the bigger, better nodes. So we need, I'd say, at least 3 Mark II miners to get this first part started. So that's under production. Doop, doop. Oh, it needs the encased. Well, we have to handcraft all those. Well, fine then. I forgot that it takes the encased. Usually by the time I'm upgrading any of this stuff, I've already had all of the encased being made, but then I never have enough supplies for anything else. So, while I'm over here, let's grab these guys. Whee! And run over here to the basic steel. There it is. Let me go. Let me go. Grab this stack here. Slide under that. Yes! I made it! Alright. So, while I do a bit of handcrafting for the encased industrial beams, I'm not gonna bore you guys for that. I'll see you in a bit. Alright, that should be all of the handcrafting necessary to get my iron production back up and running. Obviously, we're going to be doing a lot more of that for future projects, such as getting the copper back up and running, and the uh, steel production as well as my compacted coal, because I will want more power. I will want bigger power. I will want better power. And yes, I did build more ladders to be able to get up here. I don't know why I'm coming up here right now, but to show off the pretty blue top. When I needed to be down here. My apologies. I couldn't resist myself. Man, are you still producing? Wow. Okay, well, I can drop my Mark II miner. Really, I don't think there's actually a visual difference. Or a visible difference. Hold on, let's see. Put a Mark I out here. There's a little bit of a visual difference between the Mark I and II. But the Mark II is double the speed of the Mark I. And Mark III should be double of that, or a time and a half of the Mark I. I cannot remember off the top of my head. It's kind of been a while since I've used a Mark III miner. Usually by the time I hit Mark II, that's giving me more production than what I need. But yeah. So on a normal node, that's 120 iron ore per minute. Versus the 60 a minute that I was getting. So that's able to obviously double the speed. Get it going good. And yeah, when it's attached to a pure node, that's just that much more fun. So yeah, we now have our iron production going to be kicking it up a notch. Now knock out these two. Knock out these two, because all of this is going away. I think I'll see you guys after I'm done knocking out these machines here. When you overfill your inventory and you try to delete something else that won't fit, you get... quit hitting the wrong buttons. You get these little crates float. They will either float, depending on how high up you have them, or they will be on the ground. You know, it all depends on where it lands at the time. But they will be full of whatever would not fit in your inventory. So, and yes, I did expand my platform. No, you do not technically have to have pillars for any kind of structural support. That was just me kind of making things pretty. I just wanted to have a little bit of fun building them. I know a lot of people don't actually like seeing floating foundations. It's like, for those of you who play Minecraft, seeing the floating trees. Some people don't care, some people find it blasphemous. But I'm building this up to color your actual foundations. You go into your build menu to customizer, and you can set a custom swatch for the color you want to use, or like for the machines themselves, you set whatever color palette you want there. I mean, they have quite a few different for you, but if you want to make one just for yourself, like me, I like this real vibrant blue for my flooring. Yeah, I didn't know why that didn't turn out the vibrant blue initially, so I went back through and I redid them. And now, see how well the actual blueprints work. Right now, we're going to work on the iron plates, getting it up to 120 per minute. So, each of these, I believe, is 60. So let's get it all the way to not all the way to the edge, but at least one block away from the edge. On either side, because that's how I like to build things. Yeah, right about there. Oh.
Building in blueprint mode can further optimize your construction process with snapping and quick dismantling options. Build modes are not just there to make your work easier, they compensate for inevitable human error. Fix-It understands humanity like no other, and humanity needs you to be efficient and productive at all times.
Thanks, darling. And yes, as I said before, these are automatically set up. If you set the machines in the blueprint, they stay set up whenever you actually go to build them. So now, this here is set up for production of 60. So if I want 120, I just go back in and I say rebuild blueprint. And just like everything else, you can build them in line. Maybe if I can get it to notch where I want it. There we go. That right there is my 120 a minute plate production. Beautiful. And now bring the wiring over here. That way I can run it over to my power facility, which will, as I get my coal production built up and a little bit more water built up, that will then allow me to increase my power production. Because right now, I'm probably going to need it. That's why I kind of left the little one down there. So let's go into architecture for my ladder. Well, I have this. I don't need that. Oh, criminy. I needed to be up there. See, this is one fun of being me, is I constantly run around because I forget what I was doing. I did unlock the conveyor lift floor holes and the wall mounts and all these fancy things, as well as wall mounts for the outlets. So if I wanted to build walls around this right now, instead of putting a pole right there, I'd put a wall outlet, which would look, let's zoom this up by at least 3, because I know some of these machines are really freaking tall. Yeah, my walls are going to be green. And then as soon as you put a, let's get it set, like I'm going to put a pole out. If you are just dropping a wire and it comes out to the wall, it will automatically just be the initial wall outlet. If you need the double wall, so one on the inside, one on the outside, you select it. Then that way, you attach your wire here, pop, and then out here, you could run it to wherever you need it. That's the bonus to those wall outlets, which eventually, as I'm building everything up, that's what it's going to end up being. But right now, I want to get these guys back to where I need them. So I will build this floor outlet here and keep it in line, somewhat in line. Yeah, right there, right there, somewhere like that. That should be close to inline. That now gives it, if I have the right one, the ability to do this. And then rotate. Ah, wrong one. There we go. So now, all I have to do is take this guy, run a Mark II belt over here, put a splitter, and then I can run it into that. These two. Yeah. And run my belts down, my lifts down a bit. Place out my splitter. These guys don't need to be anything fancy. Click. And now, when this machine starts running at the 120, he's on the Mark II belt, so it's running at the 120, splits into the 60s, gets lifted up at the speed of 60, obviously, and gets spit into these machines to be turned into plates. Plates at 20 a minute per machine, so 20, 40, 60, 80. So when I finally merge these two batches together, oh, I clicked a button. Oh no, click that back in. Yeah, if you want to, as I've said in earlier episodes, if you want to select anything for your hotbar, all you have to do is find it in the build menu and click the number. But now, I go, bloop. Oh wait, that's not very pretty. I want to square it out. So press R for straight belts. Ah, much better. And now, I can place out a regular storage crate right here if I wanted to, or I can figure out where I want to start my mass storage and build it all the way over there. But for just the time being, and Mark II belts, because it's just above the 60 a minute needed for the Mark I belts. And that right there, my friends, takes care of that. Gotta get these two ready for power. Actually, these three, technically. Come here, you. Click. Yeah, I love how long the wires can be on just the initial pole. That is so nice. And yeah, technically concrete doesn't need to be brought up here, but all production. The mining is going to be done on the ground level, and the space elevators on the ground level, but all the production is going to be up here. And now. Ah! Oh, I fought it down and go boom. Thankfully, I didn't get hurt doing that, but I fought it down and go boom. Ducky, go down the hole. Oh, how bad is that showing my age? Yeah, might as well for just the time being. And now those two are connected in. And we can go watch this guy start up. Whee! And drop it in. And now we have our first iron production. Our first new iron production, which I don't need these guys running right now. I haven't gotten back. Press the buttons 5 times in a row. But yeah, just that easy to use the blueprints. And now all that should come up top here. It takes it a little while because obviously these are still the slower belts. Oh, but it's gonna come up here. It'll start running my iron production, and I will start getting my iron plates back. But now I gotta work on bars and screws, or rods and screws. I will see y'all in a bit. And now, I'm finally back after getting my iron production up and running. I think I have a little bit going on. So I did actually decide against a Mark II miner, at least for space saving abilities right now. I decided against a Mark II miner for the screws, mainly because just getting a full Mark II on rods, I had to do a bit of wonky design here where I offset them. So I said, okay, I'll try that with the screws, but I have far too many machines to do that, so I couldn't offset them. So that just That was going to greatly increase the amount of space I needed. It would have probably overtaken the entirety of what iron production I have over there. And that iron is just for the steel. So, I'll get rid of that. And yes, you can set your blueprints on the to-do list as well. So, I mean, there is always that. I don't need that either. Whew. And yeah, it's gotten to the point where I pretty much have to have a Mark III belt just to keep up with what screws I already am making. So now, that has taken care of just the iron production. The basic iron is now complete. I've got to put up what's left of my inventory's worth of iron. I have just a little bit left. And then I can start dealing with getting my copper production, which honestly should not be as bad because I'm just upgrading 2 machines to Mark II, and heck, even then I can just leave the sheets at Mark I. That ain't gonna hurt me much. I just gotta do the copper and the quartz, that big work. That'll get Mark I taken care of, or getting the basics taken care of. It's moving. It's moving along very slowly. But since my production went above, or my usage went above production of those new ones, these guys may end up turning back on. So that might help. Oh wait, I don't need that. Was there anything I can actually do? No. Okay. Well, I guess this is going to be a lot of work. I don't think I need to be just popping back in and out saying, hold on, I'll see you in a minute. We got to see basically how the blueprints work. We got to get a few more items unlocked in the MAM. So, I'm going to hop off here for today. I'm going to get the rest of it built up, start building up the level 2 and getting everything accomplished. So that way when we come back, you'll get to see the basics of the Mega Factory. And hopefully an upgraded power plant. That'd be great. If you've liked what you've seen so far, please like the video. If you want to see something else, please comment. And please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you all for joining me. I'll see you in the next one. Toodles.